Hey there guys, what's going on? So, a ton has happened since I last did a proper review of some kind. I have a new channel now. I have a new outlook on so many different things, and what will hopefully be a more spruced up and interesting format that you'll all enjoy a little bit more, including myself, of course. Let's get into it. So basically, I've been putting this moment off here for a really long time. It's a hard thing to explain, except to say that procrastination and self-doubt are powerful weapons against aspiring writers of all shapes and sizes, and I definitely fell into the nature of that pit for a very long time. Anyway, I'm back again, mostly because I could no longer ignore what I really honestly love doing, namely talking about music and other interests that I have and getting to share them with the great faceless masses of the internet, plus cutting out some of the fat, eliminating the calories, and not making everything I do a 10-minute long episodic adventure might bring a little more flavor that, you, the viewers out there, will likely enjoy a little bit more than some of my past endeavors. But now, on to today's business. Namely, this right here, the February 11th released and slightly crooked Band of Horses live album, Acoustic at the Ryman. Now, if you watched the videos on my prior channel, This Dog Ate My Vlogs, and you've seen and heard all those explanations already, you've seen the unboxing I unveiled the very night I received this in the mail here, plus a little bonus video of the track Detlef Schrempf. I've been so hyped on this for so long and ever since then that I knew I needed to do a really actual proper review of it here as well. So, without making you wait around any longer, let's do that very thing. So the last truly fresh taste of music we'd received courtesy of these guys in Band of Horses here was a much less than thrilling venture. 2012's Mirage Rock was a tightly wrapped Glyn Johns-helmed production that brought a lot more subpar, southern fried bland rock to the table than any actual fiery heat or interest. Compared to the stomping Cease to Begin or the enjoyably breezy Infinite Arms, Mirage Rock simply lacked nuance and any evidence of it really going outside the box to take any chances whatsoever. It was essentially and utterly one of the most predictable albums I've heard in quite some time. If anything, perhaps this explains the shift into Acoustic at the Ryman, or at least that's what I like to believe anyway, where the band leans entirely away from their rock persona in favor of a more rootsy country folk blend to take on their musical catalog. The knifing, feedback-driven amps are put away in favor of more warm and earthy, friendly tones, and incorporating Tennessee's legendary Ryman Auditorium as the setting only further sends that aspect of the ambiance home. As far as musical shifts go, this one doesn't take too long to reveal just how really, utterly brilliant it happens to be. I mean, I might have chosen something more immediately striking or alternative from their debut than Wicked Gill and The Funeral, which is just basically pretty much the most obvious pick in the world, but otherwise there really isn't a miss here. No One's Gonna Love You somehow manages to bleed its heart out even more than the recording. Detlef Schrempf equally contends for absolute utter destruction of anything to do with my soul with its beauty, and even the Mirage inclusions Slow Cruel Hands of Time and Everything's Gonna Be Undone bear continual repeating. With this recording, when you really strip it down to the bare minimum, you get down to the skull and bones, the spine of it all, the very essence of it. The reward is that feeling like you're right in the room, right there in the crowd with these guys. Folk and acoustic music has always had such a communal and engrossing effect that way to me. Whether it's in the insanely harmonized, nearly a cappella closer Neighbor, or the toe-tapping, hand-clapper Everything's Gonna Be Undone. It can take you from the most subdued to the most joyous shake your tambourine music party, and that's what's so damn wonderful about this in the first place. Again, crooked. Band of Horses has always been one of those groups that always held such an unsteady level of promise as they evolved, mostly from their musical genre standpoint. From the hack and slash attack of Ode to LRC and Cigarettes and Wedding Bands to the more softly Allman Brothers laced middle with songs like Older and Evening Kitchen, Mirage Rock felt like this weirdly custardy turn gone wrong and too far into the schlock-laden, honey-soaked middle. But Ryman reveals that these boys are in no ways departed from the talent that got them where they are today. Sometimes all it takes when you get right down to it is just a little tiny teeny piece of reimagination. My favorites from this one are the aforementioned neighbor, which you can see right there. Everything's gonna be undone up here. Slow, cruel hands of time. See, I am forgiving Mirage Rock just a little bit. Along with the killer side A 1-2 punch of No One's Gonna Love You and Detlef Schrempf. Be afraid, be very afraid as your music-loving soul goes. Sadly, as I said before, the only real downside to this is that it really is only 10 tracks in length, so unless they ever release more stuff in this style of format, I hope you're able to catch them out on tour because somehow, even in all that, it's even better. I give Acoustic at the Ryman a big old 9 out of a total of 10 spiny fingers. Anyway, that's it for me in my first review in almost 8 to 10 months, I think. Either way, it's been a little bit, and I'm hoping you don't mind my initial little attempt here to knock off some of the rust and really get back into what I enjoy. Let me know some of your thoughts or any suggestions you might have, and if you're new to me or what I do, or if you're coming over from my old channel on This Dog Ain't My Vlogs, I cannot urge you enough to subscribe and come on board because I am back in business. Everybody look out. I am going to be taking the world by storm in 2014. Thank you.